Hello, champions. Today's video is very special. It is not just a normal video you watch and forget. This video can truly change your life. We are going to talk about something very important. It can make your career better. It can help you earn more money. It can give you more respect. It can even change your full life. Take a moment and think about it. Have you ever seen someone who talks so well that everybody listens to them? Have you seen people who speak clearly with confidence and style? They get better jobs, they make more money, they get better chances in life, and people respect them a lot. It doesn't matter where they are, in the office, at a party, or in any room. They become the center of attention. And you know something interesting? Many times these people do not look like movie stars or rich business people. They look simple and normal. They are not famous. They are not billionaires. They are not celebrities. But when they open their mouth and start talking, we feel something special. Their words have power. Their presence feels strong. We enjoy talking with them. We feel good when they are around. We want to meet them again and again. Why does this happen? The reason is simple. Communication is the real superpower. Communication is the real beauty. Now, listen to me carefully. If you want a strong and attractive personality, a personality that people remember, admire, and respect, you must learn one golden rule. Speak good. Speak well. Speak clearly. What does this mean? It means when you speak, your words should have meaning. Your words should be arranged nicely. Your words should be clear like clean water. You should think before you speak. You should plan what you want to say before opening your mouth. Always remember this simple formula. A clear mind plus clear words equals a powerful personality. Yes, it's really that simple. When your mind is clear and your words are clear, people will see you as strong, smart, and confident. In today's video, I am going to give you 10 very strong tips. These are not boring ideas from a textbook. These are real tips you can use every day. They are practical. They are easy to do. If you practice them, you will see real results in your life. This is not just talk. I promise you, if you stay with me till the end of the video and really practice what I share with you, your communication skills will change completely. And I am giving you 100% guarantee. And there is more good news. When you watch this video and practice with me, not only will your communication skills get better, but your English speaking and listening will also improve at the same time. You will kill two birds with one stone. So, make sure you watch until the end. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos that can change your life. Now, let's start this wonderful journey together. Let's begin the transformation. The first important idea I want to share with you is very special. It is something most people do not even know about. It is called say without saying. What does that mean? It means you are always speaking, even when you are not using words. Yes, it's true. According to psychology studies, people form their first impression about you in just 7 seconds. Only 7 seconds. Before you even say your first full sentence, people have already decided 70% about you. They already think about whether you are confident, smart, friendly, trustworthy, or not. Isn't that amazing? So, what does this teach us? It teaches us that we are communicating all the time. Even when we are silent, we are speaking through our body language, our face expressions, our eye contact, our smile, our way of sitting or standing, even our energy. Everything is sending a message. Even if you say nothing, people are picking up your message. Let me give you a very simple real-life example. Imagine there are two people sitting in a waiting room for a job interview. Both of them have the same college degree. Both have the same skills. One person is sitting with his back bent, looking down at his phone, looking bored and tired. The other person is sitting straight with relaxed shoulders, a soft smile on his face, and calm, positive energy around him. Now think, which one do you think the interviewer will like more even before asking the first question? Of course, the second person. Why? Because his nonverbal communication is strong. Even without speaking, he is saying, I am confident. I am professional. I respect myself and others. This is the magic of nonverbal communication. Your body speaks louder than your words. Your posture, your smile, your eye contact. These things talk for you before your mouth opens. That is why it is so important to understand that communication starts before speaking. So, from today, remember, your body language is your first language. When you enter a room, when you meet someone new, when you sit in a meeting, always check your body. Stand tall. Sit straight. Smile warmly. Make natural eye contact. Show calm and positive energy. Even if you feel nervous inside, act with confidence on the outside. People feel your energy first, and then they listen to your words. If your energy is strong and positive, your words will have much more power. If your energy is weak and nervous, even the best words will lose their effect. This is why great communicators always have strong body language. They walk into a room and immediately people notice them. They don't even need to speak much. Their presence speaks for them. You can do the same. You don't need to be rich or famous. You don't need to be very good looking. You just need to control your body language and energy. Communication is not about saying a lot of words. It's about saying the right things the right way. And it's about using your full body and energy to support your words. This is real communication power. So, champions, are you ready to start this journey of transformation with me? Keep watching, keep learning, and keep practicing. The world is waiting for your voice. Let's move forward together. Your body speaks louder than your words. This is something you should always remember. When you walk into a room, walk with confidence. Even if you feel nervous or scared inside, still try to look confident. Put a gentle, natural smile on your face. Not a fake or forced smile, but a real soft smile that feels warm. Keep your back straight. Stand tall. This shows strength and self-respect. Make good eye contact with people. It shows that you are honest and that you care about making a connection. Avoid fidgeting. Fidgeting means playing with your hands, tapping your foot, touching your hair, or moving too much. When you fidget, it makes you look nervous and unsure. Try to keep your body calm and relaxed. When you master this small habit, you are already winning half the battle before you even open your mouth. Because people first feel your energy, and only then they listen to your words. This idea is part of the 7-second rule. Remember, people decide many things about you in just 7 seconds. So use those first moments wisely. Show confidence, calmness, and warmth with your body. Make people feel comfortable even before you speak. This way, they will be ready to listen to you with an open heart. Now let's move to another very important skill, storytelling. Listen carefully. If you want to touch people's hearts, if you want to inspire them, and if you want them to remember you, you must learn how to tell stories. Storytelling is like magic. It is the king of communication. Why? Because when you give people facts, they may understand it for a moment, but forget it later. But when you tell a story, they will feel it, remember it, and carry it with them for a long time. Let's understand with a simple example. Imagine you want to teach someone about hard work. You can just say, "Hard work is important." That sounds boring. People will forget it very quickly, or you can tell them a short story. You can say, "Let me tell you about a boy named Sam." Sam lived in a small village. His village had no electricity, no internet, nothing modern. But every night, Sam studied under the light of a street lamp because he had a dream. He wanted to become a doctor. People laughed at him. They said he would never succeed. But Sam did not give up. 10 years later, Sam became a doctor and saved the lives of the same people who once laughed at him. Now tell me, which one will people remember longer? Of course, the story about Sam. Why? Because stories touch emotions. They paint pictures in our minds. They make us feel the lesson, not just hear it. Our human brain is made for stories. From ancient times, people would sit around fires and tell stories to share knowledge and wisdom. Stories are how we learn, how we feel close to others, and how we remember important lessons. When you tell a story, try to keep it short but full of emotion. Add a little struggle and a little success. Make the listener feel like they are inside the story. If you can do this, people will enjoy talking with you. They will love listening to you. They will learn from you without feeling bored. And most importantly, they will not forget you. Becoming a good storyteller is one of the best skills you can have. It will help you in meetings, presentations, teaching, and even in simple everyday conversations. Storytelling is not only for writers or speakers. It is for everyone who wants to connect with other people in a real way. Now, let's talk about another powerful secret in communication: empathy. If you want to become a truly great communicator, if you want people to like you, trust you, and open up to you, then you must develop empathy. Empathy is a magic key that opens hearts. But what exactly is empathy? Empathy means feeling what another person feels. It means putting yourself in their shoes. It means listening not just with your ears, but with your heart. Empathy is when you really try to understand what the other person is going through, even if you are not in the same situation. Why is empathy so important in communication? Because when people feel that you understand them, they feel safe with you, they start to trust you, they respect you, they open their hearts and talk more openly. Without empathy, communication becomes cold, dry, and meaningless. It becomes just exchanging words without real feeling. Let's understand this with a simple, real-life example. Imagine you are telling your friend about a big problem you are facing at work. You feel stressed and lonely. One friend listens for a second and quickly says, "Oh, don't worry, it's nothing, just forget it." How would you feel? You would feel that he didn't really listen. He didn't really care. Now imagine another friend. This friend looks at you carefully. He listens patiently. He nods softly while you talk. Then he says, "I can see how stressful it must be for you. It must be really tough to feel like that at work. You're not alone. I'm here if you want to talk more." How would you feel now? You would feel comforted. You would feel understood. You would trust this friend more. You would want to keep this person in your life. This is the power of empathy. It creates real connection. It builds real relationships. It makes people feel seen, heard, and valued. So, How can you show empathy when you talk to someone? First, listen actively. That means really listen to what the person is saying. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Don't just think about your own reply. Pay full attention to them. Try to feel what they are feeling. Second, show that you are listening. Nod gently. Keep eye contact. Say small words like, "I understand," or "That sounds really hard." Your body language and small words together will show that you really care. Third, you don't always have to fix the person's problem. Sometimes people just want to be heard. They want someone to understand them, not someone to give solutions. Just being there with them, listening carefully, is sometimes the best gift you can give. Empathy is a strong tool. In business, in leadership, in friendships, in family, the people who succeed the most are not the ones who talk the most. They are the ones who listen the best. When you make someone feel understood, you win their heart forever. Communication is not just about talking. It is about connection. It is about feeling. It is about trust. And trust comes from empathy. So, champions, if you want to become amazing communicators, start by paying attention to your body language, learn the art of telling stories, and most importantly, open your heart to listen and understand others with real empathy. Keep practicing these skills every day, and you will soon see a big difference in your life. Chapter 3. When someone talks to you about their feelings, really listen. Listening does not mean just hearing the words. It means giving full attention to the other person. It means understanding what they are feeling inside. Many times, when someone shares a problem with us, we think we must quickly give them advice or fix their problem. But that is not always true. Sometimes people don't want solutions. They just want someone to listen to them with care. They just want someone to say, "I understand what you are feeling." When you are talking to someone who is sharing something emotional, you can use simple words to show you understand. You can say things like, "I can imagine how that feels," or "It sounds like you're going through a lot," or "Thank you for trusting me and sharing this with me." These simple words can make a person feel seen and heard. They can make a big difference. When you're listening to someone, be fully present. That means put away your phone. Turn off the TV. Stop thinking about your own problems. Give them your full attention. Look at them while they speak. Nod your head sometimes to show you are following them. Give small responses like, or "I see," to let them know you are still there with them. Even if you say very few words, if you listen with your heart, the other person will feel it. Here is a real secret from the real world. In sales, in leadership, and even in personal relationships, the people who succeed the most are not the ones who talk the most. They are the ones who listen the most. When you make someone feel truly understood, you win their heart forever. They trust you. They feel safe with you. They want to work with you, be friends with you, and stay connected with you. Listening with empathy is one of the most powerful skills you can have. Now, let's talk about another beautiful secret of communication. It is called the sweetest sound. A famous author, Dale Carnegie, once said, "A person's name is to that person the sweetest sound in any language." This is so true. When you use someone's name correctly during a conversation, you make them feel special. You make them feel important. You make them feel seen. But why is a name so important? Because a name is not just a word. It is connected to a person's identity. It carries their childhood memories, the love of their family, and their full life story. When you say someone's name warmly and kindly, you are not just talking to their ears, you are touching their heart. Let's imagine a simple example. You walk into a busy coffee shop, like Starbucks. There is music playing, people chatting, the smell of fresh coffee in the air. You walk to the counter and order your drink. You say, "Hi, I'll have a caramel macchiato. My name is Daniel." The cashier smiles and writes your name on the cup. A few minutes later, you are standing with 10 other people waiting for your drink. The barista looks around, lifts up a cup, and calls out loudly, "Caramel macchiato for Daniel. Have an awesome day, Daniel." At that moment, even in the middle of a crowd, you feel a small spark inside. You feel seen, you feel remembered, you feel a little happy. It's a small thing, just your name, but it changes how you feel about the place. You might smile and think, "I like coming here. These people are friendly." That is the hidden magic of using someone's name. It creates a personal, warm, and positive feeling. In business meetings, in interviews, in friendships, whenever you use someone's name naturally and kindly, you make a strong connection. When people feel connected to you, trust comes naturally. Opportunities come naturally. Success follows easily. But here is a small warning. Use people's names naturally. Don't overdo it. If you use someone's name every 2 sentences, it can feel strange and forced. Use it when you greet them, when you make an important point, and when you close the conversation warmly. Let it feel natural and warm, not mechanical. Always remember, in a world where everyone is busy and everyone wants attention, simply remembering and using someone's name can make you unforgettable. Now let's move to another very important idea, emotional intelligence. This skill is life-changing. If you master emotional intelligence, you will rise higher in your relationships, in your job, in leadership, and in every area of life. But what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and control your own emotions. It is also the ability to understand and influence the emotions of other people. The most important part of emotional intelligence is learning to respond, not react. Let's understand the difference. Reacting is fast. Reacting is automatic. It happens without thinking. When you react, you let your emotions control you. Responding is different. Responding is slow and thoughtful. When you respond, you take a moment to breathe, to think, and then you speak or act wisely. You control your emotions instead of your emotions controlling you. Let's take an example. Imagine you are in a meeting at work. You share an idea, but someone criticizes it in front of everyone. If you react, you might get angry. Your face might turn red, and you might say something rude. Later, you will feel bad, and you might lose respect. But if you respond, you stay calm. You take a breath. You smile lightly and say, "Thank you for your feedback. Maybe we can discuss some ideas together to improve it." Now, you look strong, mature, and professional. People will respect you more, not less. Another example. At home, your partner says something that hurts your feelings. If you react quickly, you might shout, you might say something hurtful back. The fight will become worse. But if you respond, you take a small pause. You stay calm and say, "I am feeling hurt. Let's talk when we are both calmer." Now, you are protecting your relationship. You are being wise, not weak. How can you build emotional intelligence? Practice taking a pause before you speak. Even 3 seconds can change everything. Try to name your emotion. Are you feeling angry, sad, hurt, scared? Give your feeling a name inside your mind. Then ask yourself, what is the best way to respond to this situation? Always remember, winning a small argument is not as important as keeping a relationship strong. Great leaders, great speakers, great communicators, they all have high emotional intelligence. They stay calm when things get hard. They choose their words carefully. They stay centered even when everything around them is chaotic. Emotional intelligence is inner strength plus outer smartness. It helps you build better relationships, stronger teams, and a more successful life. So, champions, if you want to grow and shine, practice deep listening, use names with warmth, and learn to respond with calmness and care. These simple habits will make you unforgettable and unstoppable. Imagine you are sitting in a meeting at work. You are sharing your idea with the group. Suddenly, someone criticizes your idea in front of everyone. They say something negative about your work. Now you feel hurt, angry, and embarrassed. If you react quickly without thinking, you might get angry. Your face might turn red. You might say something rude back. But what happens then? You look emotional. You look unprofessional. People might think you are not strong enough to handle pressure. But what if you do something different? What if you respond instead of reacting? You stay calm. You take a deep breath. You smile a little and say, "Thank you for your feedback. I will think more about it, and maybe we can work together to find some improvements." Now, look at what happens. You look strong. You look smart. You look mature. People respect you more. Instead of building walls between you and others, you build bridges. You show that you are a real professional. Let's take another example, this time from daily life. Imagine you are at home. You and your partner are having a small argument. Your partner says something hurtful. You feel pain and anger inside. If you react immediately, you might shout. You might say something even more hurtful. Now, the argument becomes bigger. It becomes a real fight. Both of you feel bad. But what if you pause? What if you take a deep breath and stay silent for a few seconds? Then you speak calmly. You say, "I am feeling hurt right now. Let's talk when we both feel calmer." What happens now? You save your relationship. You protect the love between you and your partner. You are being wise, not weak. You are showing real strength. So how can you build this skill? How can you learn to respond and not react? The answer is simple. Always pause before you speak. Even a short pause of 3 seconds can change everything. In those 3 seconds, you have the power to choose your words carefully. You have the chance to control your emotions. When you feel emotional, first name your emotion in your mind. Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you feeling hurt? Are you feeling scared? When you name your feeling, it becomes smaller. Then ask yourself, what is the best way to respond? Always think about the bigger goal. Is winning a small argument really important? Or is keeping the relationship healthy more important? Remember, winning an argument for a few minutes is useless if you lose a good relationship forever. Smart people, great leaders, and excellent communicators all have one thing in common. They are emotionally intelligent. They stay calm even when there is pressure. They choose their words carefully even when there is stress. They stay balanced inside even when there is chaos outside. Emotional intelligence means having inner strength and the smartness to influence others positively. Now let's move to another powerful tool in communication, the echoing technique. If you want people to feel that you really listen to them, you must learn this simple but powerful method. What is echoing? Echoing means repeating a small part of what the other person just said. You repeat it naturally and warmly, not like a robot. Why does echoing work? Because it shows that you are truly listening. It shows that you care about what they are saying. It invites them to share more. It makes the speaker feel important and understood. It deepens the conversation naturally. Let's see how it looks in real life. Imagine your friend says, "I have been feeling very stressed at work lately." If you just nod and stay silent, the conversation may stop. But if you echo their words by saying warmly, "Stressed at work?" then your friend will feel safe to share more. They might say, "Yes, my manager keeps giving me impossible deadlines." Now the conversation becomes deeper. Your friend feels heard and supported. Another example, your colleague says, "I finally finished the project after 3 months." You can echo by saying, "3 months? That sounds like a massive project." Your colleague will feel happy that you noticed their hard work. They might say, "Yes, it was exhausting, but I learned so much from it." You just made them feel valued by using a very simple technique. When you echo, do not repeat everything the other person says. Just pick a key word or a strong emotion and repeat it naturally. Use a warm and curious tone, not a cold or mechanical one. It should feel like a real caring conversation, not like you are copying their words. Echoing is especially powerful in negotiations, in sales talks, and in solving conflicts. When someone feels that you truly understand them, they are much more willing to cooperate with you. They are more open, more friendly, and more ready to find a solution together. Finally, let's talk about one more important part of communication, your voice. Your voice is not just about words. Your voice is your music. It carries your emotions, your energy, and your personality. You can have the best words in the world, but if your voice sounds flat, boring, or robotic, people will lose interest. They will not want to listen to you for long. Your voice should have life. It should have colors. It should have emotions. This is called voice modulation. Voice modulation means changing the highness or lowness of your voice, the speed of your speaking, and the pauses you take. Good speakers do not speak in one boring tone. They change their voice naturally to match the feeling of their message. For example, when you are telling an exciting story, you can speak a little faster and make your voice higher. When you are sharing something serious, you can slow down and lower your voice a little. This keeps people interested. It makes them feel your emotions. It makes your message stronger. Pauses are also very powerful. A small pause after an important point lets people think about what you just said. It gives your words more weight. It creates a feeling of importance and suspense. Good speakers use pauses like artists use colors. They know when to speak and when to stay silent for a second. If you want to be an unforgettable speaker, learn to control your voice. Practice speaking with different emotions. Practice using pauses. Practice changing your speed and your tone naturally. Your voice can become your superpower if you use it well. So, champions, today we learned about the importance of responding calmly, the magic of echoing in conversations, and the power of using your voice in the right way. These are simple skills, but if you practice them every day, you will see amazing changes in how people listen to you, respect you, and remember you. Keep going strong. The world needs to hear your voice, your real, powerful, and beautiful voice. Today, let's talk about something very important that can make your speaking powerful and interesting. It is called voice modulation. Now, you may ask, what is voice modulation? Voice modulation means controlling the way your voice sounds. It means knowing when to speak in a high voice, when to speak in a low voice, when to talk fast, when to slow down, and when to pause and stay silent for a moment. If you learn to use your voice in the right way, you can make your communication alive, interesting, and very powerful. People will not get bored when they listen to you. They will enjoy your words, and they will remember you. Let's break this down in simple steps. First, let's talk about pitch. Pitch means how high or low your voice sounds. If you always speak in a very high voice, you will sound nervous or irritating. People might feel uncomfortable listening to you. If you always speak in a very low voice, you might sound sleepy or boring. People might lose interest quickly. Great speakers know how to use their pitch wisely. They speak with a higher pitch when they are excited. They speak with a lower pitch when they are serious. Let's take an example. Imagine you are telling a success story. You say, and then we won the competition. Your voice should go a little higher to show your excitement. Now, if you want to tell the listener about the hard times you face, your voice should go a little lower. You might say, it wasn't easy. There were nights we almost gave up. In this way, your pitch adds emotion to your story. It makes your story feel real and alive. Now, let's talk about pace. Pace means how fast or how slow you are speaking. If you speak too fast, people feel stressed. They feel they are running to catch your words. If you speak too slowly, people feel bored. They feel sleepy. So, you must change your speed based on what you are saying. For example, when you are telling about an exciting moment, you can speak a little faster. You can say, the moment we saw the results, we jumped, we screamed, we hugged. It was unbelievable. Speaking faster shows excitement and energy. But when you are sharing something serious, you should slow down. You can say, but deep inside, we knew that the real work had just begun. Speaking slower gives weight to your words. It makes people think more deeply. Now, let's understand the power of a pause. A pause is a short silent moment when you stop speaking for a second or two. Pausing after an important point makes people really hear your words. It creates a little suspense. It gives time for your message to sink into their hearts. Let's see an example. You can say, sometimes the smallest decisions change your entire life. See how the pauses make the sentence feel heavier and more meaningful? Good speakers use pauses smartly. They do not rush their words. They let their words breathe. Top speakers in the world, like those who give TED Talks, are masters of voice modulation. They do not just talk. They sing their story. Their voice rises, falls, speeds up, slows down, and pauses at the right moments. This makes their speech feel like a beautiful journey, not a boring lecture. If you master your voice, you can master people's hearts. Now, let's talk about another smart technique in communication. It is called the broken record technique. Sometimes in life, you meet people who do not respect your no. They keep pushing you. They keep trying to make you do something you don't want to do. In these situations, the broken record technique can help you a lot. What is the broken record technique? It means calmly repeating your main point again and again without getting angry. You repeat it like an old broken record that keeps playing the same line. Why does this work? Because it shows that you are serious. It shows that you are not changing your mind. It makes the other person understand that you mean what you say. Let's look at an example. You are at a party. Someone offers you a drink, but you don't want to drink alcohol. They say, "Come on, just one drink." You reply calmly, "No thanks, I'm not drinking tonight." They say, "Oh, don't be boring." You stay calm and repeat, "No thanks, I'm not drinking tonight." They say, "Just a little." You smile and say again, "No thanks, I'm not drinking tonight." After 2 or 3 times, they will give up. Why? Because you didn't fight, you didn't explain, you didn't get emotional, you just stayed firm and polite. Another example. You are doing business. A client asks for extra work without extra payment. You calmly say, "We would love to help, but that would require an additional fee." If they push again, you simply repeat, "We would love to help, but that would require an additional fee." No anger, no long explanation, just calm, professional repetition. Over time, people respect you more because you know how to stand your ground without fighting. Now let's move to another important tool in communication: humor. Humor is not just about telling jokes. It's about bringing lightness, friendliness, and a warm feeling to your conversations. Humor can break tension. It can make people feel relaxed. It can create a strong bond between you and the listener. It can show that you are easy to talk to, not arrogant or proud. It can make your words stick in people's minds longer. If you can make people smile, you can make people trust you. And trust is the foundation of all good communication. But remember, humor does not mean becoming a clown. It does not mean making fun of other people. It is about being light and relatable. It is about sometimes laughing at yourself in a kind way. Let's see an example. Imagine you are in a serious job interview. The interviewer asks, "Tell us about a time you made a mistake." You could get nervous and serious, or you could smile and say, "Only one mistake? I have a whole collection," and then continue to share your story. What happens? The interviewer smiles. The room feels lighter. They remember you better. Another example. You are in a long business meeting. Everyone looks serious and tired. You see many cups of coffee on the table. You smile and say, "Looking at all this coffee, I think we're not just negotiating a deal, we're negotiating caffeine rights too." People laugh, they relax, and the meeting becomes easier. Humor can turn a hard conversation into a friendly one. It can turn a stranger into a friend. It can turn a boring speech into a memorable one. So, champions, today you learned how to use your voice like music, how to stand strong with the broken record technique, and how to use humor to create warmth and trust. These skills are simple but powerful. Practice them every day, and you will see yourself becoming a master communicator, someone people love to listen to, trust, and remember. Imagine you are sitting in a serious job interview. The room is quiet, and the interviewer looks at you and asks, "Can you tell us about a time you made a mistake?" Now, you have two choices. You could get nervous, sit stiffly, and answer in a very serious way. Or you could do something different. You could give a small smile and say lightly, "Only one mistake? I have a whole collection." Then you move smoothly into your real answer and share a real story about your experience. What happens when you smile and say something light? The interviewer relaxes. They smile too. They feel more comfortable with you. You come across as confident and real, not as a nervous robot. Your small use of humor makes a human connection. It shows that you are not scared of small mistakes and that you are comfortable being yourself. Now imagine you're in a tough business negotiation. The room is full of tension. Everyone looks serious and a little stressed. You notice that everyone is drinking black coffee cup after cup. You smile and say, "Looking at all this coffee, I guess we are not just negotiating the deal, but also negotiating caffeine rights today." People laugh. The serious energy in the room melts. The room becomes softer. What happens after that? Because people relax, they become more open. They become less defensive. They are more willing to listen to your ideas. Humor has that magic. It can break the ice. It can turn a tense moment into a warm one. It can change the whole direction of a conversation. Let's take another example. Imagine you are giving a speech about teamwork. Everyone expects a boring, serious speech. But instead of starting with a serious line, you say, "They say teamwork makes the dream work. Unless the dream is to take a long nap, then I work better alone." People laugh immediately. They connect with you. Your speech becomes memorable because you are not just speaking at them, you are speaking with them. You are sharing a real moment of fun and truth. So how should you use humor the right way? First, be self-deprecating. That means make small jokes about yourself, not about others. Laughing at yourself shows you are strong, relaxed, and real. Second, notice funny things around you. Situational humor is natural and feels fresh. Third, be natural, not forced. If you try too hard to be funny, it can feel fake. Finally, never insult anyone. Humor should make people feel good, not hurt or embarrassed. People who laugh with you will trust you, and people who trust you will follow you. When you use humor smartly, you don't just make people smile. You make yourself unforgettable. Now, let's talk about something even deeper and more powerful. Vulnerability. What is vulnerability? Vulnerability means being honest, open, and real about your feelings, experiences, and mistakes. It means you show your true self without trying to look perfect all the time. Many people think that showing vulnerability is a weakness. They think if they show their pain or struggles, people will judge them. But the truth is the opposite. Vulnerability is your greatest strength. When you show your real self, people trust you more. They feel connected to you. They respect you even more. Here is a deep truth. Everyone around you is fighting some silent battle inside. Maybe they don't show it, but everyone has fears, pains, and dreams. When you are brave enough to show your truth, people feel less alone. They feel understood. Vulnerability is like a bridge that connects two hearts. It builds instant trust. Why is vulnerability so powerful? First, when you are open, others feel safe to be open too. Second, it makes you relatable. Nobody is perfect. When you show your struggles, people feel, this person is just like me. Third, it shows real confidence. Only a strong person can admit their flaws without fear. And lastly, vulnerability creates a deep emotional impact. When you share your pain, dreams, or lessons from life, it touches the heart of the listener. They remember you, not just in their mind, but in their heart. But wait, showing vulnerability does not mean sharing every little detail about your life. It does not mean crying in every conversation. It does not mean talking only about your problems. True vulnerability means sharing the right real story at the right time in the right way. It is not about creating pity. It is about creating connection. Imagine this situation. You are giving a motivational speech. You walk onto the stage, the audience looks at you, they expect you to be perfect, successful, and shiny. You could stand tall and say, I have always been successful. Life is amazing. People will clap for a few minutes, they will admire you, but they will not connect deeply with you. They will think you are different from them. Or you could start your speech like this. 5 years ago, I was completely broken. I had just lost my job. My bank account was empty. Every morning I woke up feeling useless. One evening I sat alone in my tiny kitchen looking at a packet of instant noodles and realized that was all I could afford for dinner. I thought, is this what my life has become? But that night, something inside me decided, this is not the end. This is the beginning. Slowly, step by step, I rebuilt my life. What happens now? The audience leans forward. Some have tears in their eyes. Some nod silently, feeling your pain. Some smile because they feel hope. They will never forget you because they did not see a superhero. They saw a real human being who fell but stood up again. They see a fighter. And people admire fighters. So how can you use vulnerability wisely? First, choose a real moment from your life. It could be a struggle, a fear, or a mistake. Second, be honest, but keep it short and meaningful. Third, focus on the lesson you learned, not just the pain. Fourth, share it naturally, as if you are talking to a trusted friend. Fifth, end with hope. Show how you overcame the problem. Walls keep people away. Vulnerability invites people in. When you dare to be vulnerable, you do not just talk to people's minds. You touch their hearts. And touching hearts is what makes communication powerful, unforgettable, and even life-changing. Remember, communication is not about showing you are perfect. It is about showing you are real. It is not about impressing people. It is about connecting with them. If you practice humor and vulnerability the right way, you will not only become a better communicator, you will become a better human being, someone people trust, love, and remember. So, champions, go out there, share your stories, laugh at your mistakes, show your real heart. The world is waiting for your truth. 5 years ago, my life was completely broken. I had just lost my job. I had no money left in my bank account. Every morning I woke up feeling useless, sad and empty. I felt like a failure. One evening, I sat alone in my tiny kitchen. I looked at a small packet of instant noodles. That packet was the only food I could afford for dinner that night. I stared at it and thought, is this really what my life has become? I felt broken inside. I felt like giving up. But then something small and strong woke up inside me. A small voice inside my heart whispered, this is not the end. This is the beginning. That night, I made a decision. I decided I would not let this be my final story. Step by step, little by little, I started rebuilding my life. Some days were hard. Some days I felt like quitting. But I kept going. I fell many times, but every time I stood up again. Today, when I stand here in front of you, I am not standing here because I never fell. I am standing here because I learned how to rise again after every fall. That is what makes the real difference in life. Now imagine sharing a story like this with your audience. What happens? The people listening lean forward. Some have tears in their eyes. Some nod their heads quietly, feeling your pain. Some smile, feeling hope rise inside them. They will never forget you. Why? Because in your story, they saw themselves. They didn't see a superhero who is always perfect. They saw a warrior, someone who fights, falls, gets hurt, but keeps getting back up. And people admire warriors, not perfect superheroes. Now let's talk about how you can use your own real stories to connect with others through vulnerability. First, choose a real moment from your life. It can be a time you struggled, a time you were afraid, or a time you failed. Pick a moment that touched your heart deeply. Second, be honest. Share your story with truth, but keep it short and meaningful. You don't need to tell every detail. Focus on the heart of the story. Third, focus on the lesson you learned, not just on the pain you felt. Show how that hard time made you stronger. Fourth, share your story naturally. Talk like you are telling it to a trusted friend, not like you are reading from a paper. Speak from your heart, not just from your head. Fifth, always end with hope. Show how you overcame the hard time. Show that even dark days can lead to new beginnings. When you share your real self, you break the walls that usually stand between people. When you dare to be vulnerable, you don't just talk to people's minds. You touch their hearts. And when you touch someone's heart, they will never forget you. They will feel a deep bond with you. That is what makes real communication powerful, unforgettable, and even life-changing. Real communication is not about mind to mind. It is about heart to heart. Only by being real, honest, and open can you open that door. Communication is not about impressing others with fancy words. It is about connecting with them deeply. It is about building trust, understanding, and relationships that last. You don't need to be perfect to be a great communicator. You just need to be real. You need to be present. You need to be yourself. The world doesn't need more perfect people. The world needs more real people, people who dare to show their truth, their strength, and their journey. If you practice all the 10 tips we have shared in this journey, from body language to storytelling, to empathy, to voice control, humor, and vulnerability, every single day you will see a big change. You will not just change how you speak. You will change how people feel when they listen to you. And that, my friend, is real power. Your words will not be just words anymore. They will become inspiring. They will become powerful. They will become memorable. Your words will have the ability to touch lives, to give hope, to build bridges between hearts. If you really apply these simple but powerful ideas, I am confident you will see results. You will see growth in your career. You will see better connections in your relationships, and most importantly, you will see a new self-confidence growing inside you. Always remember this: communication is not just about what you say. It is about how you make others feel when they hear you. People may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So go ahead. Speak with clarity. Speak with confidence. Speak with kindness. And most importantly, speak with your heart. Let your truth be heard. The world is waiting for your voice. Thank you so much for reading and for being part of this journey. If you found this learning helpful, don't forget to share it with your friends, family, and anyone who wants to become a better communicator. Keep practicing, keep improving, and keep speaking your truth. Because someone out there is waiting for your words to change their life.